Marie.
Nothing Marie.
Good to be here, boy. Alright. Nice to meet you this morning at the School Strike for Climate, strike number 2, May 26th. Thanks for being here too.
My pleasure.
What brought you along today?
Oh, all sorts of things actually. I mean, I've been aware of the perils of climate change for quite some time. I mean, the most immediate issues, I've got 3 kids and a 4th stepson, and I've got 6 grandkids, and I'm incredibly concerned about the future that they will have to kind of live in. And beyond that, I'm also started doing some voluntary work for Climate Club, which is a climate change organisation, and focusing on, I guess, the need for us to not just focus on what we can do individually, but what we can do systemically around corporates and government by collectivising our efforts to kind of put pressure on both of those huge kind of levers that really would need to be pulled to kind of make a real difference. So I'm just sort of doing whatever I can as a retired person, wanting to kind of make a small contribution to sort of raising awareness and finding ways of engaging people really, so that they kind of don't feel overwhelmed and kind of terrified by what's coming, but feel that they can join with others and have enough sufficient kind of collective power to make a difference and to kind of force the changes that need to happen.
Nice.
It's a long story short, short story long.
It's full and yet concise. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder whether it's not so much the people who already know and are concerned about the climate crisis as the people who are just as intelligent but maybe have been swayed by disinformation and misinformation that's been put out and about. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I'm sure there are sort of significant minorities of people who are in that situation and been put out by, I mean, the work of the oil companies and kind of leading to massive distractions and sort of focusing on individual actions and individual responsibility as part of that. But my bigger concern really is the fact that there's a whole lot of people who could come over and form part of what needs to be a sort of a large, growing and coherent voice that just feel like their actions will be meaningless, or the things that they suggested that they do won't make a difference, and they feel, so they almost give up and buy into all the distractions the many distractions which are around us. So to me, the kind of the challenge that the Climate Club and I'm focusing on is how do we get to those people who are aware of climate change, see it as an existential threat, but have yet taken no action, or yet feel that they haven't got the courage or the conviction to take the action. So to me, that's my sort of primary concern right now.
Good plan. How long have you been involved with this Climate Club?
Not that long, only about 8 months. I sort of got recruited by a friend of a friend late last year, and I've sort of been getting involved in putting together some climate fresque game which looks at the causes and effects of climate change into 3-hour workshops.
Awesome.
That half of the time is spent putting these cards together, which are based on IPCC science. And the second half is kind of focusing on how did you react to that and what actions can we now take. So that's been a focus for me.
Awesome.
In the last 6 months or so.
Aren't they based in Auckland, or is there a Wellington group as well?
Yeah, they are. Well, they are based in Auckland. Yeah, there's 3.
Are you based in Auckland too? Are you down?
No, I'm not. I live over in the Wairarapa.
Oh, nice.
So, I'm sort of the Wellington contingent.
Good on you.
In terms of people who are doing sort of stuff on a regular basis. Yeah.
Well, being in the Wairarapa, have you connected with Chris Peterson recently?
No, I haven't. I've got a mate over there who's connected who lives in Martin, who's kind of connected into sort of the grouping of climate change and biodiversity kind of groups over there. So
Maybe Jeremy something.
no, Duncan actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Don't know him yet. Okay.
yeah, haven't met him.
Not yet, no.
Young American. Well, not so young. Actually. He's younger than me.
Right.
American guy.
Very young then. Okay. All right. Brilliant. Well, I look forward to meeting him too. Looks like we've got more of a crowd happening here now, though.
Starting to look a little bit more. Yeah, I hope it builds quite a lot. What happens? We go for a march, or what's the story?
Yep. We'll take off before too long. Sure. Yeah.
You know what
I think if this is what we've got now, actually it's close to 11, isn't it? Yeah. Where yeah, it's markedly less than last time. But not to worry.